Welcome back, wrestling fans, to a moment that has left the WWE Universe cloaked in sorrow and disbelief. Picture Roman Reigns, the original tribal chief, standing in silence, his heart heavy with grief as he mourns the loss of yet another pillar of his family, WWE Hall of Famer Afa Anoa'i, taken too soon. Tonight, we dive into a story of profound loss, fractured bonds, and the weight of legacy, pulling back the curtain on a tragedy that has shaken the Anoa'i dynasty to its core. The news broke like a storm in August 2024, when Afa Anoa'i, one half of the legendary Wild Samoans, passed away at 81, just 2 months after his brother Sika, Roman's father, left this world. The wrestling community was still reeling from Sika's death when Afa's passing hit, a cruel double blow to the Anoa'i family. Social media erupted with tributes, fans and wrestlers alike sharing memories of Afa's towering presence, his wild hair, and his unmatched intensity in the ring. Roman Reigns, the stoic leader of the bloodline, was shattered. His ex-post, raw and heartfelt, spoke of the pain of losing his uncle, a man who'd shaped his career and life. Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans, were more than tag team legends, they were the foundation of the Anoa'i legacy, a dynasty that includes Roman, The Rock, and countless others. The image of Roman, usually unbreakable, mourning publicly was a gut punch to fans who'd seen him as invincible. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. Alright, we're halfway through, and things are about to take a serious turn. If you thought you knew where this was going, think again, this is where the real drama unfolds. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. Backstage, the WWE locker room was a somber place. Wrestlers who'd trained under Afa at the Wild Samoan training facility, stars like Batista and Yokozuna, shared stories of his tough love and infectious laugh. The Undertaker, a close friend of the Anoa'i family, was reportedly devastated, retreating to process the loss of another brother-in-arms. The grief was palpable, a heavy fog settling over catering and hallways where Afa's presence once loomed large. Afa's health had been a quiet concern for years. Reports of 2 heart attacks and multiple surgeries in the months before his death painted a picture of a man fighting valiantly against time. The wrestling world, accustomed to seeing Afa as a force of nature, was stunned to learn of his frailty. His final days, surrounded by loved ones, were peaceful, but the void he left was anything but. For Roman, it was another reminder of mortality, echoing his own battles with leukemia. The Anoa'i family was no stranger to loss. Roman had mourned his brother Rosie in 2017, a wound that never fully healed. Sika's passing in June 2024 had already strained the family, with Roman stepping away from WWE to grieve. Afa's death, so soon after, felt like a betrayal of fate, as if the universe was testing the family's resilience. Insiders said Roman was struggling, balancing his role as a father of 6 with the weight of carrying the family's legacy. Family breakdowns were an undercurrent of the tragedy. The Bloodline storyline, a cornerstone of WWE's recent success, mirrored real tensions. Solo Sikoa's rise as the new tribal chief had caused friction, with Roman feeling sidelined by his cousin's ambition. Afa, who'd anointed Roman as tribal chief in 2020, was a stabilizing force, and his absence left the family grappling with how to move forward. Jey Uso, torn between loyalty to Roman and his own path, was visibly shaken at family gatherings. Backstage dynamics were fraught. Some wrestlers, like Cody Rhodes, offered support, drawing from their own experiences with loss. Others, caught up in the industry's competitive grind, whispered about how Roman's grief might affect his dominance. Paul Heyman, once Roman's wise man, was reportedly distant, his own fallout with Roman adding a layer of betrayal to the mix. The locker room, usually a place of camaraderie, felt like a house divided. Scandal rumors swirled, as they often do in wrestling's rumor mill. Posts on X speculated about Afa's final days, with unverified claims of family disputes over his care or estate. These whispers, though baseless, added salt to the wound, forcing Roman to navigate public scrutiny while grieving privately. The Anoa'i family issued a statement asking for respect, but the internet's relentless churn kept the gossip alive, a painful reminder of fame's double edge. SummerSlam 2025 was the stage for WWE's tribute to Afa. The event opened with a 10-bell salute, the arena bathed in red light to honor the Wild Samoans. Roman stood in the ring, flanked by Jey and Jimmy Uso, their faces etched with sorrow. The crowd's chants of "Wild Samoans" were deafening, a collective outpouring of love for a man who'd shaped wrestling's golden era. The moment felt sacred, a rare pause in WWE's scripted chaos. Roman's promo that night was unlike any he'd delivered. Gone was the tribal chief's bravado. In its place was Lt. Joseph Anoa'i, a nephew mourning his uncle. He spoke of Afa's lessons, strength, loyalty, family, and how they'd carried him through his darkest days. Fans, used to Roman's stoic persona, were moved by his vulnerability, many wiping tears as he raised Afa's Hall of Fame ring to the sky. The emotional weight was compounded by Roman's own health struggles. His leukemia, in remission since 2019, remained a shadow, a reminder that every match could be his last. Insiders said Roman had been visiting hospitals for checkups, fueling fears among fans. Afa's death, so soon after Sika's, hit Roman hard, forcing him to confront his own mortality while carrying the weight of the Anoa'i name. The locker room's response was mixed. Veterans like Randy Orton, who'd faced the Wild Samoans in their prime, shared stories of Afa's generosity, how he'd mentored young talent without ego. Younger stars, like Braun Breaker, felt the loss differently, knowing Afa only through legend. The divide highlighted wrestling's generational shift, with Roman caught between honoring the past and forging the future. Afa's legacy was more than championships. With Sika, he'd won 3 WWF World Tag Team titles, their barefoot, wild-haired dominance defining an era. Their training facility birthed stars, from Yokozuna to Batista, cementing the Anoa'i influence. Roman, shaped by Afa's guidance, carried that legacy in the bloodline, a storyline that resonated because it was rooted in real family ties. Afa's death felt like the end of an era, a torch passed too soon. The scandal rumors weren't the only shadow. Some wrestlers whispered about Roman's absence from WWE after WrestleMania 40, where he lost the undisputed WWE Universal Championship to Cody Rhodes. Critics claimed he was retreating, unable to handle the dual blows of professional and personal loss. Supporters, though, saw his hiatus as a necessary pause, a chance to grieve and regroup away from the spotlight. Roman's family was at the heart of his pain. His wife, Galina, and their 6 children were his anchor, but the loss of Afa and Sika left them reeling. Galina, a private figure, was seen comforting Roman at a family memorial, her strength a quiet counterpoint to his public persona. The kids, too young to fully grasp the loss, clung to their father, a reminder of what Roman was fighting to protect. Backstage, Triple H took a hands-on role, ensuring Afa's tribute was handled with care. He met with Roman privately, their conversation a rare moment of vulnerability for 2 men used to projecting strength. Stephanie McMahon, too, was involved, helping coordinate tributes that honored Afa's contributions. The effort was a reminder that WWE, for all its drama, could rally around its own in times of grief.